We are live as we can be.
You goddamn right. Let's go.
And yeah, so we're recording this pod on which usually Tuesdays. Here we are, Monday. Scheduling conflictions caused this change. So
Your boy got responsibilities. Let's just
yeah.
put it out there. It's okay.
And Jordan's got a lot going on in his life right now. And the fact that he's even still thinking about this podcast, I appreciate
We got to
because
do it. I love this
yeah,
shit.
but this is episode 13 of the Bench Player Podcast. Make sure to follow us on YouTube, TikTok, Spotify, the Apple Podcast app. Um, yeah, and the thing is, it's not like we feel we need to do this pod as from like a hobby standpoint, but it's just I feel like it keeps us sane at the end of the day.
Absolutely, man. We have to.
'Cause,
We have to talk about the things I like to talk about. That's
right.
it.
Um, It's interesting. We're in very similar situations, and us being as close as we are, we both moved to different areas recently, where
Hmm.
away from our people, at least.
Yeah.
And mine was a little more dramatic than yours,
Hella
but
far.
we both moved into different areas that we haven't been before, away from our people. And then I had my daughter. Your son's coming in a couple weeks.
Ooh.
Like
Hey, how mad would she be if I pod from the hospital?
just all right, we posted up live room 308.
She's in the middle of labor. Hey, you see, hey, LeBron going crazy. What do you think's gonna happen with the Lakers?
Just like I don't think Anthony Davis is gonna stay healthy.
Oh, mad loud. I'm
Like
podding
just
over
like
here.
can we not right now?
For real? For real.
That's crazy. This is the clip that's gonna take us all the way.
I'm just saying, like, you kind of wildin'. I
No,
got to get these LeBron facts off.
yeah,
That's all I'm saying.
babe. Like I know you're crowning right now, but LeBron just almost dropped a triple double.
No, you missed the line right there. I know you're crowning right now, but we're talking about the king.
Oh shit. After he gets his crown, we'll talk about your crown.
We'll talk, maybe.
That's crazy. But no, it's just a lot at once. And this podcast is kind of what kind of takes a break from all of that. And
Absolutely.
the changes that you're about to go through is insane. But if you have a good foundation, it's not that much change. But it's been not a whole lot going on in music. I feel everything going on in music is so negative. Like
Everything like
everything's
this beef has had some serious after effects.
dude, everything is and I'm thing is I'm getting into all the conspiracy theories. I'm in and it's so I am the most anti-conspiracy theory guy that there is. Like anytime someone has a theory, I'm the one that's like, nah, bullshit, this is stupid. But these hip hop beef I'm for some reason they grab me and they sink their hooks into me. Because I'm
No,
just like, did you
and
see
you
the
know how I am.
one?
I believe everything. I like
No, because you do it from, and I want to be more like you. I swear I do. You do it from a standpoint of like, you're like, it's just more fun to believe it.
Yes, no, that's not true. I don't care.
You're no fun.
That has nothing to do with anything.
Did you see the people, Kendrick Lamar in the
Yeah,
very beginning of Not Like Us had like a phrase or a saying on the underbill of his hat?
yeah,
And that's like that's gonna be the new album, and his stylist confirmed that yes, he wanted that there specifically for a reason, but didn't really confirm that that was the reason. I'm just like, ah,
I want to know, like, how do you get to a point where you're sitting on Twitter collecting all these facts? Like, y'all don't have jobs. I don't
because it says
understand.
bombs first under the hat.
That would be hard though. Oh, we really want a Kendrick album. We've been talking about it, and it's been a little quiet, right?
Drake
So
continues to be the most active rapper.
and then this is the first time in my life, like, I looked at Drake and I was like, bro, leave us alone. Like, relax, bro.
So how do you feel? And I know exactly where you stand on this. It's so stupid that this is like a hot take or this is even something clippable. But I saw a tweet, and we're not on this side of it because you know how me and you are about Drake.
Yeah.
But it said everybody wants to act like Drake isn't the soundtrack of everybody's life. And I'm like, if you're talking about my young adult, late teenage to young adult life, Drake was the soundtrack of that shit.
100%. But that has nothing to do with the situation. Like, I feel like everybody thinks that if I'm big up in Kendrick, I'm downplaying Drake. Like Drake
All the
is the
time.
one. He's the one. However, things happen. When you're the one, you get knocked down sometimes,
We
right?
see it all the time.
LeBron lost to Steph Curry. It happens.
Yeah.
You're gonna be
Look,
okay.
KD lost the hairline battle. Like it it happened. Like your favorite dude gets knocked down sometimes. But it's like I even
Absolutely.
see it on the internet where it's like there's people who've been in the comments that have said, I actually like Drake. I just like Kendrick more.
Yeah.
Or I like Drake. I just think Kendrick won this one. And people are responding and they're like, nah, you can't do that. I'm like,
That makes no
you're
sense. You
why?
don't know them. You don't know them.
That's the thing. Oh my god! And that's the thing. And I don't. You know, I don't like bringing up other podcasts, but Rory and Maul's my favorite character in this movie. In this fucking movie of life, Maul is the character I'm rooting for.
I would love to be that delusional like that.
Like, it- it's just unbelievable how they're talking about not like us, and he was like, that record only faked work, like it didn't work for real, it
That can
just
make no
worked
sense.
because the internet said it worked. And I'm like, well, that means it worked. Like, I get what you're trying to say, but you're making my point for me. And it's like he tried to make a song about stuff that's not true, and I'm like, Maul, I'm don't want Drake to be a pedophile, but let me tell you something, Maul, you don't know if he is or not. You don't know him.
Like, I don't think that comes in the package of like y'all's level of friendship. Hey
Right.
yo, I be doing some nasty shit on the low.
Just because y'all talked before or you know someone who knows him, you don't know him.
I
So
also don't believe Drake is a pedophile. I want to be
me
clear.
either. But nobody can, these the internet people are like trying to confirm it. No, he's not. And I'm like, I don't want him to be. I don't want anyone to be a pedophile. But if he was, user 17654, you wouldn't fucking know.
Yes, exactly. And the problem is, it's like, even if we don't think it's true, right?
Mm-mm.
But why is there so many videos that help prove this? I just, I gotta ask the question.
Like we'll play on the fence here. Like, I know it's not true. I'm gonna say I know it's not true, but dog, you did some weird shit. You know, it's like no, these like you don't know Drake.
When,
And with Kendrick putting hands on his girl. I hope not. But even if he did, Brandon wouldn't know. Like, unless there's proof video of the shit happening, it's all speculation. So if it's corny to make something that's not true, it's corny to do it the opposite as well.
absolutely.
Like, it's so
And it
corny.
worked. We have rappers rapping about killing people who have never killed a single. Everything's fake. What are we talking about? That's the part about understanding.
Right. And that's so funny. And I find myself going down this hole anyway. But I guess it's artistic expression. But
Yeah.
like some people think because you are solidified in hip hop, you think you like all of a sudden can kill somebody. Because like Lil Uzi Vert has bars about catching a body, and I'm like, bro, you are 4'7". Like just because you're in hip hop, like that I'm about to catch a body, like that bar just sits in your brain and you just use it whatever you feel like it.
That's such a you right. And that's a sad thing that you right. That's the
Like
problem.
it's just like okay, I just sold a couple million records. Y'all gonna make me catch a body like that. Like it's just like that's where
And it's
Drake saying he's gonna catch a body on headlines. It's
so early.
crazy.
No, and I'm telling you, this we saw the progression of Drake like started. It was Take Care. That's when it started. It all started on Take Care. Before that, it was not there at all.
Right.
And then I'll catch a body like that. I need to know the timeline on when he met Jay Prince because I think I can match the stuff. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Boy saw his first cocaine deal and was like, I got a
Hey,
song to
yep,
make.
I can do that.
No, I mean I get it. It's just every rapper that is in the game They all, no matter what type of music they make, there's always I'm about to kill someone bar that's just sitting there.
Look, I'm gonna make a song tonight and all about killing people.
It's just, but yeah,
It's just part of it. I don't know. It shouldn't be that way, but it is what it is.
and it
But
unfortunately it started with politics. If you aren't on one side, you're on the other, and people are
mm-hmm,
taking that. And there's
too
some
far.
of there's some of that in sports as well. Like when it comes to teams,
Yeah.
like it's merging into other areas in the world, and it's in hip hop, it's in sports. If I like LeBron, then I must not like Jordan. Like,
Yeah.
no,
Can I and I'll be
no,
clear, I'm a bigger Drake fan than Kendrick fan. Like
you're right.
I
I think
am.
you are, yeah.
I'm 100% a bigger Drake fan than Kendrick fan.
But you're just realistic.
Yes, that's all it is.
And
I
like,
don't understand
but
why we
that's
have to act like this.
taboo. That's taboo in the like to have a level head and to think of things from multiple perspectives. It's like lame. Like that's not reactionary enough.
That's it's I don't know. People like want to defend people to the death. It's like, bro, why are you like chasing people's private lives who comment something negatively? Have you
Like,
seen that? They're just like, man, Drake does kind of suck. They're like, pulled your profile, fam. I know where you live. You work at Waterburger, you bitch ass motherfucker. Like, bro, what's up with you?
this it goes too
Relax.
far. I see it. We've made quite a few Drake Kendrick content videos, and the people that get to arguing in our comment section, and it's just like one dude's like Drake is a PDF. That's the new term for a pedophile, PDF, right? So it's like he's a PDF, and then the other guy's like, no, he's not, and I'm like, neither of y'all know that. It's just you're portraying what you want to be the truth, and like you can't have a logical conversation with that person.
You always have to go back to the fact of everything. Y'all don't know them.
Yeah,
That's what it all comes
that's
down to.
all it is, dude.
Y'all don't know them. I thought I knew R. Kelly. Jesus
Not
Christ.
not
What
personally, not
what
personally.
what was we I just thought, hey, he would do something like I was wrong.
He did. I believe I can fly.
And he was left well, I'm not gonna get too far into it, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
it's you can't just believe people. You
No,
don't know these people.
ever,
That's what it
ever.
comes down to. You don't
No,
know
and
these
I
people.
think that helps you in a bunch of different areas in life. You can't just believe people ever.
Ever, ever.
But yeah, and then Drake, that the record with what was it Young Thug and 21? The It's
Yeah,
Up record?
it's up. Not bad. It's cool.
But I
It's
think
cool. I'm
it's
not.
I'm falling for it though. I'm falling for it, Jordan. It's the Drake doesn't rap for so long and then he raps again and I'm like, you're
Hey,
great.
that
You're great.
that that gavel bar was crazy.
You're great. Like,
That gavel bar was crazy.
and then I'm in. And then I'm so phony. I'm in. I'm in. I
That's all it took.
literally when For All the Dogs came out, I told
Mm.
you I was on a rant, and I'm sure you were like, this dude's a bitch. And I was probably being a bitch. But I was like, I'm done. Like Drake no longer is in the hip hop conversation for me because he
That's
just
crazy.
doesn't rap anymore. Like he doesn't
That's
make rap
crazy.
music. And so I'm like, you can't be in the conversation if you're not making the music
Hold on.
anymore.
Time out. He's not rapping anymore. That's what we're saying.
From when I no, listen to the context. When
Okay,
For
okay,
All the
okay.
Dogs came out, at that point, I was like,
Yes.
oh, he's not. When I heard the album, I was like,
It's an
he's
R&B
done.
album.
He quit. Like, because that was coming off of fucking his last solo project was honestly Nevermind. And it's just
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, he's not rapping anymore. Got it. And then I was like, I'm off of it. So when I'm talking about rappers, I'm not even gonna bring him up because he's in a pop star lane. Cool.
But I don't like that because what's the album that came right before Honestly Nevermind?
The Certified Lover Boy
Her
or Her
Loss.
Loss.
Her Loss.
Yeah,
And
yeah, but like
he was rapping his
that's
ass
like
off
I
on there.
he was, but
So
that's not.
I don't know if you can say that.
But that's like I don't know. I feel like that's the same concept. You struggle to put Tyler, the creator, in certain rap categories. I feel like
Yes.
Drake is almost in the same boat as that.
No, because Drake's rap far more often than Tyler Creator.
Back
Far
in the
more often.
backpack, Dave.
It doesn't matter. He has the catalog. He has the rap catalog to
Well,
support that.
to be clear, I'm talking about where his trajectory is going, where he is right now. Then the beef happened. I'm like, oh, you still got it, of course. But
Yes. He went crazy.
when the fucking when For All the Dogs came out, I was like, okay, I'm when I'm talking about top rappers, I'll mention his name with an asterisk in some context, but he's clearly not wanting to do this. That's fine. And then the verses like the on It's Up comes out, and I'm like, please rap more. I'm such a fan. And
But he's that great. That's what it is. Um, so in context, I think 100 Gigs came out before last pod, right?
yes. Yeah, we definitely didn't
Yes.
talk about it. Yeah. Well, no,
Um,
the day of the pod, it
we spoke
like
on it
it
a
leaked.
bit.
It
Yeah,
leaked,
we spoke
but
on it a bit.
yeah, it just came out on a streaming platform last Friday.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Um, so first question, what do you think about that? Because he put that up on that 100 Gigs website and had a download option. Then it got taken down.
Do you
Now it's on
think
Apple.
the
Now it's on Apple
demand?
Music.
Are you kind of insinuating that the demand was so crazy that they had to put it behind a paywall?
No, I'm not saying that at
Okay,
all.
okay. I thought you were
I'm thinking.
saying,
I think this is a contractual conversation.
ooh, explain.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
he put it up for free download. If I own your music, was it Universal owns them? I don't know. I could be wrong.
It's his catalog is owned by.
Correct.
Did he get like a Billy or something like that for it? Some crazy shit.
Correct. Something crazy. But if you put 3 songs up for free download, that's my music at the end of the
Ooh.
day.
So you're
Which
saying there's a puppeteer.
absolutely. What? Why else? How many songs has Drake put out this year?
Uh, his own or just features?
His own.
Um, three. I mean, it's like he's been active, no?
He's been very active.
Yeah.
Why? He just told us he was going away. Why is he so active?
Ooh, you're saying
See,
Papa's telling him like, "Hey, you better put this music out."
get your ass back on the road now.
You going where?
Because he remember he went on tour, and then he had the second tour out of nowhere. They hit like the random cities. That's actually the tour that I went to.
Yeah.
Because I'm in Austin. He had a show in San Antonio, so I was like, bet, let me just go. Uh, but that was the second run of the tour. Because remember, the first one was with 21 Savage.
Yep.
Second one, he came back with J. Cole.
Yep.
Um, and now on in the 100 gigs of content that he put out, there's one that says like London 2024.
Yeah, the people are uncovering the was it Nobody Likes Us
Yes,
is the new
yes,
thing.
yes. But I'm trying to understand why is he so active? Because like right now would be a perfect time to disappear. You can give me an album in the winter, like the Party Next Door Drake album. Like
That
I
would be
don't mind.
another project that comes out.
I wouldn't mind that in the winter if I have not heard any Drake, which I'm still gonna listen to regardless, whatever. But imagine this time period, no Drake, and then you give me a great Party Next Door collab album.
I have to visualize this because I think you might be onto something here. Because we talked about it last pod. It seems to be interesting because it's like any normal person who's in a situation in a beef where no matter what you post, there's going to be a billion people in the comment section calling you what they're calling you.
Mm-hmm.
The best idea would be to just kind of back off, right?
You would think that's the best idea.
But then it's like the statement we made last pod was like it's almost like nothing happened. Like he's on this
Yeah,
trajectory and he's on this release path and he's doing this like what you're saying, like, hey
just
man,
keep firing off.
beef or not, you
I
can't stop.
I need that Camila Cabello feature. I don't care. You can delay it, but it's coming out soon.
Interesting. Okay.
Because you can't tell me any way, shape, or form whether you're bothered, unbothered by the situation, that your response after Family Matters and the Heart Part 6 is this Camila Cabello record. I don't believe that. I just don't.
No,
I I could imagine Sexy Red after that. I could see it. But Camila, like, what are we doing?
so to your point, when did I could tell you, so this whole Drake's catalog is being bought or he signed this huge record setting record deal, which was
Mm-hmm.
weird at that point of his career, that
Yeah,
happened
usually. Yeah.
around COVID, around
Mm-hmm.
2021, 2022, right? Since that deal, he had put out two albums last year, or in 2022, I mean, he puts out two albums, Honestly Nevermind and Her Loss.
Mm-hmm.
2023 For All the Dogs, and then the tape that came after. What was that? The Scary Hours?
Scary house, yeah.
Yep. So that would be 2, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then he's got the Party Next Door album coming
That's
out.
5 albums in 3 years.
Whole that's and
That's
holy
hot. That's
shit.
crazy.
And
Is that not crazy?
at this point of your career, you know,
It's like you're almost oversaturating your catalog.
because Drake's released it. Like, let's take so Thank Me Later,
Mm-hmm.
2010, Take Care, 2011, Nothing Was the Same, 2013, Views, 2016. Like, and then of course, if you're reading this, is in the middle there, but it's like one album a year. You know, you're putting out one album a year, and then little releases here and there. He's at a release rate right now that's abnormal.
Super abnormal. Like the only person that's even close to being as active as him is probably Future, who might do an album a year.
And it's
This
also Future, you know.
and this year's an exception. But yes, it's Future. It's different. He's not superstar.
I don't he just gets in there and figures it out.
Yeah, I mean that's just what he does.
Future can probably make like 20 songs in a day. Like, honestly.
But they're gonna be so hard. That's the problem.
They're gonna be amazing. But no, but since we heard of, and I think it was around 2020, 2021, 2022,
Yeah,
when Drake did that record setting deal, that we were all like, that's interesting, because usually artists go independent late in their
absolutely. Which
career, but
and
he signed a deal and we were like, that's interesting. And it seems like since we heard that, the releases have been rampant.
non-stop.
Yeah.
And I was reading Russ the rapper,
Yeah. Yeah.
Steve Stout.
Yep.
They both said if Drake went independent, it would end the music industry.
No, that's a fair point.
So, which Jesus Christ, what a statement, right? But I just find it interesting that if that's what the case is, why are you not independent?
Right. Yeah, it was 2022. Drake strikes massive multifaceted deal with Universal.
It's been nonstop ever
May
since.
3rd, 2022. Damn.
That's insane.
No,
They
see
got that boy.
now
They got that boy working.
you got your tinfoil hat on, but it makes sense though.
How does it not make sense? Like that's what I'm saying. Like, what are you doing? So give me you're Googling, right?
Yeah, I got your Google. Yeah.
So we're going 2022 to 2024 with 5 albums.
If
Give
you're
me give me 2020 to 2022 or 2018 to 2020, either or. Just so we
okay,
can get a pattern.
I got you. Hold on. Boom. So I don't know why. I hate that I hate that if you're reading this at too late is a fucking mixtape. Then we're also forgetting What a Time to Be Alive shit. All right,
Yeah.
so as far as official albums go, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got this is lame. Hello? What's going on? I'm in the middle of the pod. Damn. Sorry, it's all good. No,
Everything all right?
no, I'm like shit. Like she's never come in here before. Okay, so 2021 or 2018
Mm-hmm.
was Scorpion, right?
Correct.
2021 was Certified Lover Boy. 2022 was Honestly Nevermind. 2022 was Her Loss. And then 2023 was For All the Dogs.
So what about that's a what 3 year time frame
Yep.
from 2020?
Yep.
You said it's from 2022?
Yeah, 2022 was Honestly Nevermind and Her Loss.
Okay. So 2 year time frame. I want to see like the previous 2 years prior to that. How just so we can get a measurement of volume.
It just honestly, not even talking from a volume standpoint, it honestly just seems like the quality after Scorpion just got really weird. Like, just as far as the topics that we're talking about, as far as song structure, after Scorpion 2018, these albums got really weird. Like Certified Lover Boy, I mean, if you're 18, I'm sure you like that you like that album. Like, but as a grown man who's listened to Drake forever, that Certified Lover Boy was a weird album.
Yeah. It's
Because
not
we're
that everything was bad on there, but
no,
it's
it's just
like the Daddy's
man.
Home song. I'm like, bro, you grown as hell.
And then honestly, Nevermind
Yeah.
was
It's
weird.
different. I don't want to call it weird because it's just not for us, right?
No,
Because
yeah, it's
I
just
know people in that space that love that album.
no, that's fine. It's literally the just the shift of tempo, topics.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, it just got. It seems like there was a flip that switched somewhere. Maybe it has something to do with that label. I don't know.
maybe I don't know, but
Shit,
he's
but
something has changed recently, drastically.
no, yeah, it's been interesting. And but then the Family Matters record. It's like, oh, you can clear. It's not like your talent went away.
Yeah, absolutely not. Because when it was time to get down, like, yes, we think you lost. We think we got whooped, but you didn't go out like a chump.
So I wanted to ask you this because we do a podcast that's about hip hop and
Mhm.
basketball. I wanted to name some rappers and I want you to give me their NBA comparison, like who they would be in the NBA.
Okay,
Like you could be,
I've
for
thought
example,
about this before. It's like
yeah,
what?
for it's like like LeBron would be like Jay-Z, right?
Would Michael Jordan be Jay Z?
I'm just saying, I'm just giving the example, right?
I got you. I got you. I got you.
Okay, so who would Kendrick Lamar be? His NBA comparison.
You got to give him Kobe.
Okay,
I don't. That's the closest thing I can think of. I think even stylistically, it's similar.
just kind of more grit.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But I think if we're getting super analytical on something that's not real, like I
Mhm.
think Kendrick's like lack of like volume would
Mhm.
not be very Kobe like,
That's fair. That's fair. I can
you
see that.
know? But like I get it from like the hard nose standpoint.
Mhm.
I get the Kendrick thing, but it's just like I don't know, like it would have to be someone who is a little more like I almost think Kendrick's more of a Shaq.
Shaq?
Yeah,
That's a
I know he's a small dude, so it's funny. But it's just like Shaq like did his work, but then was often like questioned on his work ethic. Not saying Kendrick didn't have a work ethic, but like Kendrick kind of disappears, you know?
yeah.
And then it's like, oh. But then so who would Drake be? Kelly Oubre?
Uh, Drake would
No.
have to be LeBron.
Drake is LeBron.
Yeah, he has to
Okay.
be.
No, that yeah, that makes sense because the people think he's corny.
People
So
think he's
that's
corny.
actually spot on.
I think that I know Pete like even Drake makes a comparison to KD, but like no, KD has not been as successful.
Mm.
You can't count that. Not as consistent, not as successful.
Let me give you some like we're talking about the big ones. Let's do how about ASAP Rocky?
ASAP Kelly Oubre.
There we go. Pretty motherfucker. Um man, yeah. J. Cole, or like that's Kevin Durant.
I can see that. That makes sense because it's like when he kicks up, there's it's hard to think of anybody better, but
Ooh. Okay. Who's Andre 3000's NBA comparison?
Andre 3000. Ooh,
Not only does he look like Julius Irving with the
that's
afro, but um
stylistically that might be spot on. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I feel like Andre 3000 has to be compared to someone that's like the biggest what if.
Um, no. What about
Like,
D Rose?
yeah, like some it's just like,
I know
man,
D
if
Rose wasn't like the greatest, but
but like he had the MVP.
yes, that's the MVP. That's Love Below, and that's it. That was it.
I'm saying like um maybe would you do he's not outspoken enough to be Allen Iverson.
No, but style. I mean,
But
nah,
changed like the
change the
game though.
style. Yeah, yeah.
Man, that's yeah, I was thinking
So
about that.
who you got for Kanye West?
Kanye West NBA. That might be Allen Iverson.
That's what.
That might, but like no, but the catalog's too crazy. Like who? who could have won a like? Because Kanye's definitely won. Kanye has done the equivalent of NBA championships.
Numerous
He's got to
times.
have rings.
Yeah, that's
So
fair.
Kanye's got to have. So you got to put him with someone who has rings, though. Maybe
Hmm.
someone that got a little weird. Like who's someone?
Somebody that got weird.
God, would it be so? Not that I don't know. I feel like Kanye and Allen Iverson go together because changed how we looked at things.
You know what? I got it.
Uh-oh.
Give me D Wade.
Okay.
I want D Wade in this situation.
Respectable, respectable
Respectable,
multi champion.
multi-champion because you roll with one of the big dogs.
Um, D Wade and Kanye would not get along in real life.
No, probably not.
They would both from Chicago
I
though.
don't know if anybody would get along with Kanye West right now. Just want to
Kanye
be
doesn't
clear.
get along with Kanye right now. Speaking of Kanye, right? Thoughts and prayers. All right.
Thoughts and prayers
Have
for
you been
real.
following that whole stigma?
Unfortunately, yes.
His manager confirmed it.
That's crazy.
That Kanye's dentist has gotten him addicted to laughing gas, and Kanye's apparently full-fledged in it and is paying like 50 grand a month to supply it so he could use it.
Jesus
Um,
Christ.
for those
Yeah,
who
there's
don't
a
know,
video that came out with him with the mask on.
so I didn't see the video, but I saw
It was like
like
a
this.
clip.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw
it was
the
a clip. He was like, "Hey Ryan, I'm on the gas right now." It's like, which talking to Ryan Garcia, who's also batshit crazy.
yeah they go together like peanut butter and jelly. Um,
Absolutely.
but no, and for those laughing gas, nitrous, Aaron Carter was on that shit. I know he just passed. Steve-O from Jackass was really on that shit. It's predominantly a white person thing. Like honestly, like when white people go to the store and they get the duster cans that blows air, they start
Mhm.
sucking on them things. Like that's a white person
That's a
thing.
crazy thing to be doing.
Like
Like, bro, what's up? Like, what are you doing? I
it's
don't
a
understand.
it's a brain cell destroyer. Like it
Well, that kind of makes sense, unfortunately.
um and people been jumping on vultures too. Though it did well, it sold 107,000 copies, which we talked
Which,
about. 151st week is the new million first week. That's how I
yeah,
feel.
I mean that's
Um,
excessive.
no, that's really how it is. Like,
So,
because
so Future hit a million this week, this year.
I think if its popularity stays the same and we go
Mm-hmm.
back in the time when there wasn't streaming, I think that would have been close to a million.
Hmm.
With the Kendrick and everything, I think that would have been close to a million.
Okay.
And he did 180. Yeah, he did 180. But
So what does a new Drake album do?
no, it's new Drake's doing 200 plus easy.
Hmm.
The with the volume that obviously if we took 2 years off and then got a Drake album, Drake's doing 350 first week,
I think it's happening
354
regardless.
first week.
I got 350 regardless.
He's not doing
It,
three, is he?
if it's an official album, that's what I want to say.
What was his last joint? Was
Let's
it
see.
CLB? What do you want to
No,
do
no,
his
no.
last joint?
For all the dogs.
Okay, for all the dogs first week. I'm curious about this. I did 402. You're right.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, 402. 402 is crazy. He promoted that like a motherfucker though.
yeah. He did.
Like he
That's what you're
dropped.
supposed to do, though.
That was the perfect rollout. Oh
When
yeah,
you bring
so
back 402 in this climate, it's worth it.
yeah, 402. That's insane. So he's
Maybe
doing
Taylor. Man,
Taylor.
Taylor Swift numbers got to be different. Let me
What's
see
the?
Taylor Swift.
Hold
I
on.
got to know now.
Taylor.
She might be doing a
I
million.
gotta know her last album. What's her last album name?
I have no
Evermore.
idea.
Taylor Swift. Evermore. No, no, no. That's not her. What's her last album? I know it just came out.
Dog, I don't know. Oh, it's a poets, something poets.
The Tortured Poets Department.
Yes, I don't know why I know that. That's kind of wild.
That's
I've been
crazy.
I've been blasting Taylor
You're
Swift lately.
becoming more white every day.
I'm a Swifty, my G.
First week sales. Am I
The silence.
the Tortured Poets Department? First week, 2.6 million.
What the fuck?
2.6 million album. It's gonna
No,
be
that can't be
backwards.
right.
Um,
That can't be right.
it's there. 2.6 million album equivalent sales. That's what they
Open
track for,
first week. That's insane, bro.
brother.
And
What?
we couldn't even think of the album. That's crazy. 2.6? That's like doing a trillion.
I'm gonna say some stuff that's gonna get us cut off the internet, but there's, some people get it done. Is all I'm saying.
Hey, it is what it is. It works. That's crazy.
I don't get
You
it.
can't even say nothing.
You can't. You really can't.
It is what it is. She's hurt. It's okay.
2.6 million in 1 week. I don't think I can count to 2.6 million in 1 week. Like that's absolutely nuts. Um, no, Big Sean didn't drop.
He got scared. He heard this.
Jordan said you're doing 65,000 on a good day, and he didn't drop.
He said, "Oh shit."
He's like, damn. And of course, we post some videos about Big Sean, and when we post a video saying Big Sean's freestyle was hard, everybody comes out saying Big Sean's trash. We post a video making fun of Big Sean, and people are like, "Man, why y'all do Big Sean like that? Y'all gotta pick a fucking side." We're trying to go along. We're trying to get in where we fit
people
in.
are dramatic. People are dramatic, bro. It's
Like,
cool.
I feel like the
That's how
internet's
it goes.
only there for people who disagree with shit. Like,
I mean, that's all it is. People
just nothing else.
overly express themselves.
Overly express themselves. That's right. But it's like people only talk when they got just bad shit to say. No one's ever like, "Hey,
Had a great day today."
Had a great day today. Had a mocha in the morning."
All right. So can we talk to music? Can we talk to music?
Let's go. What you got?
Well, obviously, you know how I want to talk about.
Clear out. ISO.
Benny the Butcher dropped.
That's not what you wanted.
Oh, no.
Let's talk about it.
Big Lotto?
Big Lotto.
Big Lotto. Did you listen to it? More than 3 songs.
No, I didn't continue further.
Oh, you're trash.
So the intro, first record, it really was like, oh, some shit's about to be on here. Because there's like one of those, I call them like crescendo beats, where it's just like, it's a beat that starts super low and then it just gets heavier as the song goes on. No drums, right? Just literally just power synth and horns. And I'm like, oh shit, we're on to something. And the second song, I was like, okay. I know that I'm going to go too deep into it and you're going to be like, dude, just watch the videos. But there's like whole songs about her boyfriend having a side chick. And it's just like, I don't like, I'm sorry. I don't want to hear songs about man trouble,
Oh my God, bro.
Like
oh
when
my God.
when it's specifically,
oh my God.
No, when it's specific, like,
so
you got another phone and I know you texting that bitch. I'm like,
I
can't
understand that.
relate, is what I'm
No,
saying.
I understand that. I understand when it comes to like the ability to play it back.
Yeah.
May not be there. I
got you,
understand, but
Yeah,
it can still be good music. Like, am
Sure.
I gonna be listening a lot of nonstop? No, but it's good music.
Will you not though?
I mean, no. I mean, I'm gonna get my girl on it so that way, like, she can play it.
Yeah, and it's just
You
like,
know what I mean?
hey, put on that Lotto that you like. I mean, I know
you
you
like
really
Lotto.
like that.
I'll play it for you. It's cool.
No, I'll put it on. She don't even answer. Like, you should play that Lotto. No, I don't think. No, I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna put it on.
Huh? Yeah, no, I'll put it on. You good?
No, I got you. No, we connected, girl. We connected.
It's the baby. It's the baby.
No,
we connected now.
No, I really didn't have a lot of issues with what I heard. It's just one of those things where got preoccupied in the middle of it. But it seemed to be expensive. It sounded expensive.
Oh, for sure. That was definitely expensive. I think it puts her in the stratosphere of she's moving at a good trajectory. I'll put it like that.
Yeah, I mean, Glorilla's putting out some shit though.
No, Glorilla's going crazy.
She might be my favorite. If we're leaving the big dogs out of this.
Yeah,
we're talking about like the newer people active.
Because
I
she be
think
rapping too.
Glorilla might be, she's nuts. It's 7 p.m. Friday. Like that shit's hard as fuck. It's 95 degrees. No, that shit's crazy.
No,
No,
she goes through. Remember I first heard that song. I was like, oh, this is what the girls is doing. I play that shit. Then I was like, no, I gotta hear that shit again. This shit kind of hard.
no, like, yeah, no, this shit's busting. Um, yeah, I really, as far as new music goes,
Benny the Butcher drop. We can talk about it.
I haven't gotten to it yet. I
All
haven't,
right. Well,
like,
I'm
is
gonna
he?
give my feedback.
Do
I'm
you
gonna give
think?
my feedback.
Yeah.
And maybe this is a bad follow up to the conversation we just had. I gotta put my hip hop card down for 2 seconds.
Oh, you putting your hip hop card down? Okay.
So Benny the Butcher's, it's not bad music. Let me be clear.
Okay.
I just
Oh,
think that
damn. When
I
the
just
first line is, it's not
no,
bad
no,
music.
hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. It's
I'm
not
here. I'm
bad
here.
music.
Yep.
I just think he drops too frequently for somebody who's not very versatile.
Yes.
That's my only opinion. Because it's
Yeah.
never bad, but it's just like
It's just the
you
same.
drop a you exactly like you got to have some more versatility to be dropping this often. Because I listen to every single Benny the Butcher album.
Yeah. No, that's why my favorite, this might be, and I have a couple albums like this, and I think this is super interesting when we talk about our favorite albums for a certain artist. And
Yeah.
the one that resonates with you most might be one that people aren't really into, but we always have a reason for it. When Benny the Butcher matched up with Hit Boy, that album was the
Mm-hmm.
most commercial sounding album, and it sounded really good. That's my favorite album from him. And I
Yeah.
know people like the older, like when he was like really in the kitchen type shit. I
Mm-hmm.
respect it. But the moment he got like probably his peak notoriety, him and Hit Boy does the album. And that shit was fucking great. And it was
Hit
like
Boy's incredible.
it was like sort of mainstream production, but still catered to him in a certain way. He was doing stuff on different beats. Conway the Machine has an album like that where it's like it's not just the grimy, and I know that's why how we know Griselda. We know the samples, we know the
Mm-hmm.
griminess, but like when they take a break from that and do something that's more versatile, like you said, sometimes it pays off. But I guess you go with what you go, because like one of my, not my favorite, but an album that people ultimately shitted on that I really like is
Yeah.
Magna Carta, Holy Grail
I do like that.
from Jay-Z. It was just it was
Mm-hmm.
so much versatility on that fucking album. Because he had Pharrell, he had fucking Timbaland, he had so many different producers, and I liked hearing the different styles.
Yeah.
I like that album, so that's
But Benny the
interesting.
Butcher kind of gives you similar vibes for every song.
Yeah,
He's gonna give you a girl singer on the R&B hook.
that old
Uh
school.
yeah, it's just
Yeah.
it's just similar. But I do want to point out on this album, he had an Elgin Baylor bar. But he said said when I jumped in, I levitated like Elgin Baylor. I was that made me proud as a basketball fan. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Dude, and his style, it's good on everything.
Yes.
It's
Once
the
again, this is not
setup.
bad. It's not
No.
just this is not a conversation about music. Quality
He
at least.
he rhymes, if you want to get to the nerdy part of rap, which I often do, he rhymes multi-syllables better than anybody probably. And it's setup, 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 punchline, and the punchline's always like a sports bar. And it always reference like some player people fucking forgot. Like he's from Buffalo. He's just like, yo, I'm quarterbacking the Bills like JP Lossman. I'm like, JP Lossman? He started for like 7 games. Like, no, like
That's how frequently he drops.
no,
That's all it is.
that shit, like just spit. Like, that's the shit that fucking, that just
That's kind of
really,
I like shit like that though.
it brings the sports fans where all we do is sit around and just talk about random players we remember, and
Mhm.
then the thugs and the gangsters. We come together.
Wow. Pause. With the hand movement too was
It's
crazy.
that it's that it's that kind of night. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
All right. I do. So we're gonna talk about some sports.
All right,
I
I love
do
it. I
want to
love
play a
it.
game with you.
Okay.
All right. Uh, People really liked our. I posted us doing our guessing game with the NBA points per game, the players.
Mhm.
People are like, y'all gotta do more of these. So we're gonna try to
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
accumulate these, but this one requires not as much thinking as before.
Okay, I'm
Um,
with you.
People are doing these all over the internet, so I want you to do it. Okay,
Let's do it.
blind rankings. Okay,
Mm.
so you got a list of five, going in order from who you want more to who you want the least, right? But you don't
Okay.
know the players, you don't know who's coming next.
I know what you're talking about. Let's do it.
Okay, so the first player I got is Mikal Bridges. And the
Mm.
judging criteria is who would you rather have on your team right now to help you win? Just
Okay,
not
so right
right
now,
now,
not all time. This is
not
just
all
just
time,
in
not
the
their
current moment.
resume, right
Gotcha,
now,
gotcha.
the player they are today. Who would you rather have on your team? And it starts off with Mikal Bridges.
Mm. Give me three,
All right, Mikal Bridges at 3. All right. Tyler Hero.
two. I'm sorry. Whoa, four.
Okay, Tyler Hero. All right. Next one, Zion Williamson.
Hmm. Probably five.
Oh, Zion
Well,
Williamson. Oh,
yeah, I
okay.
got it. I mean, yeah, five.
Okay, you're going 5. So you
Just
got
I'm going. I got injury problems.
yeah, so you got Bridges, Hero,
This
and
is
then
gonna be so
Zion.
bad. This is gonna be so bad. I know
Next
what's happening.
player is Julius Randle.
At two.
Julius Randle at 2. And then the number one player you'd rather have is Jaren Jackson Jr.
Hey, I'm not mad at that.
That's
I'm not
not
gonna lie to you.
terrible.
I'm not mad
You
at
got
that.
an elite rim protector.
I'm not mad at that.
So your 5 is Jaren Jackson Jr., Julius Randle, Mikal Bridges, Tyler Hero, and then Zion Williamson.
I probably
And
would have put. Only thing I would have done different is probably put. So
Julius at Julius at
I,
4 or 5.
I would switch Julius with Mikal. I'm still
Okay.
leaving Zion at four, just because injury problems.
Well,
Julius Randle has the same
Zion's
problems,
at
but
5 for you. Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I would
Yeah.
move Zion down
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
and move
Oh,
Tyler Hero up.
yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
I'm not. It's not too far off. Jaren Jackson seems like the best option for me. The first year, this is the first year he's been hurt, but he's been relatively healthy, and you just don't get a lot of good athletic big man like that at stretch three. So I'm not mad at that.
You'd be really surprised at how many people are still like Zion's that guy out there.
I'm not mad at that because he got in the playoffs this year and looked like he was about to be him. Like
For
it,
literally one game.
I know, but still, you have to understand that's a playing game, make or break. He performed at a high level, did he not?
Oh no, when Zion's on,
That was his first playoff experience. So I could understand as fans, you get excited by that, but uh, it still ended the same way it always does, hurt.
yeah,
So that you lose a lot of points there. I
you really
can't
do.
trust you to stay healthy. I can't. Like Mikal Bridges, that's the only argument I can make for one, just because he never is hurt ever.
You're getting a guy, and it's not like he didn't work out as the star, and
Mm-hmm.
that happens,
It's
right?
okay.
But as a second, third option, you're not
Solid,
gonna find a
super
better
solid,
guy. You're not gonna find a better guy.
super solid.
He's
I
gonna
love the idea. I can't wait to watch him with the Knicks. I'm not gonna lie to you,
dude. The season's so close if you think about it.
bro.
Like
Football, we're back.
football's back. It's fantasy season. Doing my mock drafts.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna lie to
We
you.
gotta do a live. We gotta do a live draft. Like we'll do a draft for everybody else, but me and you would draft together. We'll do it
Yeah.
live.
No, we'll get in a league together and we'll do a
Yeah,
draft live. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. We always play together. I'm gonna create a league and then we're gonna play together. But yeah, so as soon as like August hits, I get super impatient and I do a
Mm-hmm.
random draft. I pay like a $25 buy-in and I do a random draft. So I already have a team, but it's
Oh
like
my
I
god.
was doing it just to scratch the itch. I love fantasy so much. And my team's kind of hard, I'm not gonna lie. But
Now your team.
yeah, so then my wife does one. She did hers yesterday, and her team's kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Um, but for somebody who drafted, damn, let me in. Fuck it. For somebody who drafted like weeks ago, My team's kind of crazy. I got, of course, Pat Mahomes. I got Pat Mahomes at quarterback.
Can never go wrong there.
You literally can't go wrong. Pat Mahomes, Saquon Barkley at running back with
That's tough.
Philly.
I
Marvin
like that.
Marvin Harrison Jr., the rookie,
Okay,
wide receiver.
that's solid.
Dude, like I'm
A
telling you,
plus so far. A plus so far.
yeah. The team is really rounded up. DJ Moore for Chicago, new
Ooh,
quarterback Caleb Williams.
okay.
I got him. The team's looking good. It's that's just off the brain. I can't get into my shit right now, but
I've done
no.
0 drafts. I'm gonna have to do some drafts now to get prepared for ours.
Like the thing is, and like
I gotta get ready.
I'm not running the league like I used to. Because I would I would always run a league. I ran a league for about 10 years. I inherited it from my brother and past friends, and then we all played in it. But then it got to a point where we all disagreed. Like half the league wanted to do the regular draft that everyone does, the serpentine
Mm-hmm.
draft, but then half the team gets super into fantasy sports and they like to do salary cap, where you pay for each player. And then the other half is like, no, I don't want to do that. And the other half saying, no, I'll quit. So I deleted the league. I'm like, we're not playing anymore because this shit's fucking annoying. So we gotta do another one. All right, I pulled up my
Free,
team. So
brother.
this is
Wait,
my this
wait,
is
wait. Before we start this league, what was your choice on the draft setup?
I like them both, but I if we're going by nostalgia and like the way we know it, you can't beat just a regular live serpentine draft.
Okay, that's the
Because
part I
like
enjoy more.
yeah, like when it's I know you don't want someone to take the player you want, but also players fall and
Mm-hmm.
someone takes you're waiting for your pick and the person before you takes who you wanted, so now you have to scramble. And I like that. I think I like that shit. It really makes you think on your toes, whereas salary cap, you just pay for who you want, and then you end up maxing out on your money, so you have to
Mm-hmm.
literally wait till everyone's worth $1. It's just it also takes forever.
Yeah.
But this is my lineup for a team I drafted probably in July, which is insane. Pat
Dang.
Mahomes, quarterback. Marvin Harrison Jr., receiver. DJ Moore, receiver. Saquon Barkley, running back. Zamir White, the starter for Vegas, running back. David Njoku, Cleveland tight end, as my tight end. Zach Moss, the replacement
Hmm.
for Joe Mixon.
That's tough.
Um,
That's tough.
he's my flex on my bench. Rashee Rice, the number one receiver in Kansas City. I know that Kelsey's the number one tight end, but Rashee Rice, the number one receiver there. Um, Cortland Sutton for Denver, wide receiver. And then I drafted, because we have no idea who's going to be the guy in Buffalo after Stephon Diggs came to Houston. So I drafted Buffalo's top two receivers. So one of them is going to be the number one guy, and I'm going to have him.
It's not a bad idea. I
No,
like that. I
I
like that.
I love drafting handcuffs. I love drafting two guys. Like if there's going to be a battle for a position,
Mm-hmm.
I'll draft both of them. Someone's going to win.
Yeah. You win regardless somehow.
People don't want to do that because they're like, I don't want multiple players from the same team on the same position. It's like,
Worth it
oh,
though.
I'm gonna drop the other guy. Whoever loses, I'm just gonna drop him. But
Yeah.
no, that team's crazy. I want to show you my wife's team. This is nuts. So she did one last night. 12. These are both 12-team leagues, by the way. I only played 12 team. She got Lamar Jackson at quarterback, Jamar Chase at wide receiver, Mike Evans at wide receiver, Kenneth Walker at running back,
Mm.
Ramondre Stevenson at running back, Zay Flowers at flex, Travis Kelsey at tight end.
God. Mm.
That team is ridiculous.
That's tough.
Young Hoku. And by the
Ooh.
way, she has Jamar Chase on her team. And I have a rule in my household. You got to name your team after the players that you have. And she has Jamar Chase and Young Hoku. So her team is chasing Young Hos, which is impressive. Didn't help her on that one at all. But no,
That's
fantasy is going
crazy.
to be crazy this year, man. That
I'm
number one
excited.
spot, that number one spot. You
I
seem
need
to get
that.
super high picks every time you play, so you might
And
as
I
well.
suck every time.
Yeah, you might. So Haley with her team, she picked in the seventh spot, 7 out of 12, and she got
Sometimes
that
that
squad.
middle spot's nice though.
That's my favorite. I've always said the number one pick is the worst pick in fantasy.
Yeah.
It's literally the worst.
That
I'd
middle
rather have the
spot's
last pick.
perfect.
I'm
Yeah, last pick's
always
nice because you're always going back to back.
yeah. Am I ironically, then the last year of the league I ran, I was the first pick. I picked Justin Jefferson. He was hurt for most of the year. I still came in second, so that's good. But
Impressive.
yeah, no, I do my thing. But
I was
the
like last place.
now we had some bad people on our team. But you see, like you drafted Mark Andrews, and he got hurt for the whole year. And Mark Andrews in Baltimore, that's like drafting a number one receiver.
Yeah,
So when
that
he
hurt.
goes down, like who's gonna be your backup tight end? Like that shit sucks. And then you had Jamar Chase. You had Jamar Chase
Mm-hmm.
too, and he was hurt all
Mm-hmm.
year. So you got bit by the injury bug pretty hard.
It was not fun. Not a fun year, but we back.
No, we back full
As I call
fledged.
it, my yearly ties. I'm playing regardless. It feels like a donation at this point, but I'm in here.
Yep.
We do not play.
No, then we get to the point where then fantasy basketball's here. I go crazy there.
Fantasy basketball just scares me because it's
It's
so
just
much.
it's every day. Like
Every day you have
every
to do
day.
something, and the first
You
like
get busy.
month of the season, I'm on it, and then after you get the month two, you start hitting November, bro. I got other things
I
going on, big
forgot.
dog.
Yeah. No, I do fantasy basketball, baseball, hockey, and football. I go crazy. And then I do my UFC shit. So it's like, you
UFC
know,
Saturday, let's get it. I'm excited.
mm, then we got UFC pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm. I'm
Israel
ready.
Adesanya, Dricus
I'm ready.
Duplessis.
We'll see.
we in that's this Saturday.
Yeah, he's my favorite fighter. We talk about this.
I think it's gonna be interesting. I do. And
It's crazy.
you get to the point where you can start to have some of these conversations. You be watching the fights.
Yeah, I'd be focused.
It's
I've locked in. I've locked in for sure.
so
That's
I have this theory, right? So what scares me about that fight, Dricus Duplessis and Israel Adesanya, is so we know how to fight certain guys
mm-hmm.
because of how we see their fights pan out. And Israel Adesanya really scared people because when Israel Adesanya debuted all the way up to like he started getting his big fights, everyone was like, "Oh, no one's pushed the pace on him, and he doesn't have any power. He doesn't have finishing power." So then Israel Adesanya versus Brunson, Derek Brunson. Brunson said, "I'm just gonna push you, and then I'm gonna try to knock you out."
Mm-hmm.
Adesanya beat the shit out of him and then knocked him down like 3 times in the first round. And then everyone was like, "Oh, hold up. We can't
Oh,
pressure this guy like we thought."
yeah,
So
he would tear
then
your
that
ass up.
led to more tentative fighters, like Jared Cannonier fought Adesanya tentative, Marvin
Mm-hmm.
Vettori tentative. They're all just like, I want to rush, but he's been putting people out. When Adesanya fought Robert Whitaker, it was Whitaker comes forward and then Adesanya knocked him out. So they're like, oh
Mm-hmm.
shit, this dude can knock people out. I'm scared. Now enter Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland has no sense at all and just moves forward with his very stiff, the best striking defense in the sport. So Adesanya said, I can't knock him out because I can't hit him because you can't hit Sean Strickland. He's very, very strict defensively. So Strickland pushed the pace and then dominated Adesanya. Dricus Duplessis and Strickland have a very similar style while their fight together was so close.
Mm.
We'll see because
But
Dricus Duplessis is going to push the pace,
yeah,
but doesn't have as good of defense as Strickland does.
Okay.
So there's going to be openings.
Should be a fun fight.
It's going to be really fun. That whole card's fun.
I love it. I'm off the next day, the day after rather.
There you go.
For this.
Yeah, no,
for this.
because you're gonna be recovering. But yeah, man, it's really fun. You want to talk about D'Angelo Russell?
D'Lo.
I don't know. So this is why I appreciate you because you bring some shit up. I probably talk about shit that I should leave for the pod, but I do it in text. But you don't really entertain me that much because I feel like you're saving it.
I got to.
So do you want to introduce the tweet?
Absolutely. So you have tweets from BJ the same. We gotta give credit where credit's due, right?
Yeah.
He said, "You guys realize D'Lo gets hot like Curry did yesterday," alluding to the Olympics, where Curry went 9 for 14.
Yep.
Or should we just ignore the facts? D'Lo retweeted and just simply said, "I humbly agree." And it's, bro,
So are you on my side on this?
this ain't that. I just want to be clear. That's crazy.
Him retweeting that, right?
Which has since been deleted. Let me be clear.
Right, good.
Tweet and delete.
In my eyes, that's saying like admitting to your inconsistencies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, you get hot like Curry, but every team wants to trade you.
Yeah.
Why? Like, it's because you're so like you humbly agreeing to what? That you have good games? No one likes that guy. Like, everyone likes guys like Jamal Crawford. They like guys like Terrence Ross. Guys that have just they give you buckets, but you don't hear about it. You know?
Yeah.
You about to get on Twitter and be like, hey, I've put up games like Curry, but yet your team is on the phones desperately trying to find a new home for you.
With no location. Like they're
Right?
trying and they're not finding anything.
Every team wants, and I think D'Angelo Russell's a smooth motherfucker. Like, I think his
Mm-hmm.
game is cold. Like, he has a good bag, good jump shot. He's smooth.
Just
Um,
inconsistent.
yeah, it's just, you humbly agreeing to what exactly? That
Mm.
you have some good games? We agree. Like, there's some games where because when he has those games, what do we say? Man, I wish he did this more often.
Yeah.
And
Because when he
like,
has those games, he looks like, oh, this could be a star. Maybe not
yeah,
superstar, but a star. And
I remember his Brooklyn days in the playoffs. I remember
like,
those days.
mm-hmm.
Like, he
He was
super
going
smooth.
crazy. Yeah.
It's just the humbly agree thing is like, okay, at some point you're saying, you know what, I'm in this league to have some really good games and confuse people, where really like your goal should be to put it together for a whole season, right?
Yeah.
But you want to
Not
talk
just to get hot.
right, like you're admitting that you're not who we thought you were or who we wanted you to be. But and that's the thing, and I love D'Angelo Russell, but I see why he's deleted. It came off in poor taste, I think, or like it's just not something I would have said.
Yeah.
I probably would have let that one rock, let the internet play with it.
Yeah,
But
just leave it alone.
yeah, I
It's like,
wouldn't
hey,
have.
I like that they think that, but I'll leave it alone.
Yeah, because that's not why. That's not a good legacy tweet.
No.
That's not a good legacy tweet at all. Um, USA gold
Hey,
was never a doubt.
I don't know about all that. That Serbia game was kind of wild.
Dude, it's just I feel
Curry had to
like,
go. Curry had to go stupid for them to win that game.
but that's why Curry's Curry.
Well,
Everybody's got to do
yeah,
their job. Curry's job is to go 9 for 14 on some games to do the turnaround look away. That's his job.
but they were down the whole game. It was just, I don't know, sad. It's my concern is watching this whole team get to gold. Right, the three players that led them to success will not be here next time.
I think LeBron's playing in the next one.
At 44
It's
or
in LA.
43, turning 44,
It's in LA.
that'd be a good retirement year.
That's
I ain't
his
gonna lie to you.
last year in the league, and he will end it in the Olympics.
That would be dope.
I think that it's in. If it was anywhere else, I wouldn't say that. But
Mm-hmm.
it's in LA. He's got to go down the street,
Yeah,
play. It would be and it would be the world's headlines. Like it would be the world's. Like this
yeah,
is LeBron James' last basketball games. Tell
that
me,
would be
the
crazy.
fucking president, whoever that is at that time, the president's gonna be like, LeBron, you gotta do this shit. Like, come on, in LA,
No,
fam.
you're right. You're right. That'd be hard too. But at 44, it's crazy. But he's 40 now, and he's the best player on the team.
Are you crying watching LeBron's last game?
Maybe a little bit.
That
I cried at Kobe's last game, not thinking that I would. LeBron's last game, I think I got a similar feeling coming.
hold on.
Oh man, the Kobe game, 60 points. Oh, sorry.
No.
Focus.
Yeah. No. Speaking of where events are going to be held and
Okay.
who's from there and who lives there, NFL Super Bowl
Mm-hmm.
in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Do you need Wayne's number?
No, I'll call him myself.
Do
Like
you need Wayne's number? Lil Wayne would be an insane halftime show. And Jay-Z is the fucking guy that makes that decision.
But I also think that like at some point they got to bring some pop in. You know that has to happen at some point. And the Taylor Swift thing is happening right now.
Oh my. Taylor Swift in New Orleans is gonna make me throw up. And I'm trying not to disrespect anybody, but come
but
on.
I'm telling you, that's just how it is.
Taylor Swift is that's your prediction for the halftime show.
Absolutely. She's so popular in the NFL right now, which is a weird way it happened, but it is what it is. You can't deny the facts.
Yeah.
And she just did 2.6 million in the first week. What are we talking about?
I was thinking if they did like a Drake Wayne co-headline, but Drake, after the whole pedophile stuff, I don't know if he can. I don't know.
Bro, you can't.
I don't.
You are not getting.
You gotta get low for a little bit.
You Canadian, my guy.
No, but in New Orleans, if we don't get Lil Wayne on the halftime show, I'm gonna throw up.
You're not gonna get Lil Wayne. I hope I'm lying, but you're not going to.
Like you hope you're wrong.
Like I really hope I'm wrong. This is the one time I've hoped I'm wrong.
So if let's we're on a podcast, this is the audio adventure.
Okay.
If Wayne does the halftime show, give me 10 records.
Ooh.
Give me 10 records, right? So Millie's
happening. 100%.
6 foot, 7 foot.
Is Lollipop playing? Oh, that might be too much.
Play? I don't know. Usher played some records that I thought was like, that's a little tough for a crowd like that.
You might skip. Well, it's Lil Wayne. He's not gonna skip over Lollipop.
Okay, so we got a Millie, Lollipop,
Fireman.
Let's work our way to Fireman first. There's bigger records.
Come on,
there's bigger records. Okay, 6 foot, 7 foot is a shoe-in, right?
Yeah,
that's 3. So. Okay. Do you go DJ? His first hit or his first like know. You don't know? Maybe.
I don't know.
That's a good filler record, like for in between transitions.
Yeah, it may not be. I could see him not performing it, but it playing.
Fucking How to Love.
Probably.
So now we get Hustler music's coming on.
I don't know.
You don't know?
This is Super Bowl. It's just different. You just gotta go for pop records, like. You have to.
I don't know. I'd be wrong about this because
like Motto gonna come on?
Then I think Wayne brings out Drake.
Yeah.
And then that happens. And Tyga for that matter. If you want to play that version. That's so hard to find.
Let me tell you something. That version's not getting played.
Wayne's gotta do whatever song Nicki's on. Because Nicki's gotta come out. So what Nicki Wayne song gets played? Bedrock?
That's crazy. No, I don't want to hear that shit.
Bedrock? No. Yeah, like
and then that'd be the perfect moment for it, but won't happen. Bring Juvenile out for back that ass up. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, like
that'd be crazy.
But the thing is, half the crowd would be like, "Who's Unk on the stage?"
That's the depressing part.
No, I was wrong last year though. Me and my wife had like a bet on if "Love in This Club" gets played by Usher, and I was like, I think it misses the cut, and then
before you know it,
"Love in This Club." But no, I think Wayne Super Bowl, we got like, come on, you're missing a layup at this point.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think they've done a lot of hip hop, and I think they might pivot a little bit, or a lot of urban music. They might pivot. Because you can't ignore
a white year.
You can't ignore that. You can't ignore that crowd. Like that's a good chunk of football.
But to just straight up say, you know what, guys, we're gonna have a white year. Like, hey, this year we'll give you like 3 black years.
It's the whites' turn. It's the whites' turn.
I don't want to do it this way, but it's the way it goes. No, I think you're missing a layup there. I think you're touching more demographics than I think people understand with that one. Just because, like, my mom's going crazy when Lollipop comes on. Honestly. Like, you want to talk about the Rockets players only mini camp? Jalen Green hosted a players only mini camp. Alperon Sengun, Reed Shepard were there.
Do you think Jalen Green has some strippers in there?
If they're boy strippers or girl strippers is the question. You know, there's some difficulty in understanding what's really going on there.
I like it though. I like it. He's trying to take some type of initiative. It's a Supermax year. You gotta. I mean, hey, this is how you get a bag. He had that little march that gave us a little flair that says, "Hey, I can do it." This is the year you do it.
He needs
Now,
to
will he?
he needs to thank whoever he talks to in hopeful situations, because if he didn't have the end of the year that he did last season,
He
I
betrayed
think
it.
he probably wouldn't even be on the team right now.
Correct. I agree.
Traded. But he did just
He looks
enough.
like one of the best players in the league for a month.
He did just enough to make people
Mm-hmm.
go, I don't want to give up on this yet.
Yeah.
And I
This is
respect
the
it.
year. This is the year. Make or
Maybe
break.
maybe he realized this. Maybe he got to a point where he's like, man, if I don't really turn it up, there's not a whole lot of incentive to
Yeah. Why would I max you out?
make things work for me. So maybe he is motivated by the money aspect, which there's nothing wrong with that at
Yeah.
all.
No. If that's what motivates you, then go get it.
This is the year.
This is the year we prove it.
And the
It's
thing
make or
is,
break. And Sengun's in the same type of year, to be honest with you. I think he has a lot more job security, but I still think he's in the same type of
yeah,
ballpark.
I think Sengun has consistently been, and last year was Jalen Green really didn't have a choice last year. But I think when
Yeah,
Sengun and Jalen Green are healthy, I think Sengun is the better player. It's two different positions,
absolutely,
obviously, but like
absolutely.
Sengun looks like the best player on the floor a lot of the times, and other players even realize this. Like
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards played him, and Anthony Edwards was like, "Hey, 2-6 on the other side. That dude's crazy. They need to run the offense through them." And then Steven Silas was like, "No, I'm gonna
That
run
makes
it
way
through.
too much
I'm
sense.
running it through Dacian Nix."
Our opponents are giving us coaching advice. That's how trash y'all are.
And he's like, "Nuh-uh." Like Steven
no,
Silas, no.
no, no,
What
no,
does
no, no.
Anthony Edwards know? I'm
How
gonna
else do you
cont-
think? How
I'm
else do you think I'm
continue
going to win 15 games?
I'm gonna continue to start Dacian Nix and Garrison Matthew. He loved that white boy so
No,
much.
he
He
did.
loved Garrison Matthews so much. They were calling him Gary Bird because he when he first got to the Rockets, he had a couple games where he hit some threes and they were calling him Gary Bird. That shit's nuts. But
Because he looked crazy for like a game and a half.
there's that's something to talk about, of some players that joined a team and then went nuts right when they got to the team. You remember
Oh
when the
my god.
Rockets got Austin Rivers?
Oh
Like
yeah.
we picked him up off waivers or something,
Austin Rivers
and
went
he
crazy for
was
like two
like
games.
averaging 18 a game his first week with the team. We're like, oh shit, because Chris Paul went down, remember?
Yes. Like, who did we
And
just get?
like, what the hell? And then it goes away so fast.
And you got Linsanity. Come on. The goat,
Jeremy
the goat,
Lin,
the goat of this category.
I'll never forget Jeremy Lin against Toronto, where he hit the step back three to win against Toronto. I was like, this kid's insane. And if you watch his documentary, which I did, motherfucker had nothing to lose. He didn't even have a home when he was doing that shit. He
Yeah.
kept getting bounced from team to team to team and kept getting cut. He was just sleeping on someone's couch. His brother, I think, was sleeping on his couch when he was
And
dropping 30 bombs on Toronto.
that's crazy.
Remember,
If I
oh
come
my
home
God.
after dropping a 30 bomb on Toronto, you gotta sleep on the couch, big
No,
dog. Like
oh my God, dude. Fucking oh man, it left me, but I don't want it to go. He went crazy in the bubble. Wow. His
TJ
last
Warren,
name's Warren. Warren went crazy in the bubble.
stupid, and then disappeared off the face of the earth.
Nothing. Some dudes just join teams and they go absolutely insane. You know who went stupid after trading teams? I'm not saying it's going to stop because he's still young. When RJ Barrett got to Toronto this past season, he was
Resurgence.
because I was doing the betting and I was betting on his under like every game. And I was like, it's like 18 and a half points is crazy for RJ Barrett under. And then motherfucker drops 30. And I'm like, what the fuck? You needed to go out of the country?
And sometimes it's what it takes. Changing
Dude.
scenery. Speaking of changing the scenery, Russell Westbrook, Denver. What you thinking?
Hey.
What do you think's gonna happen?
he just can't play a whole lot. Like, you can't play him a whole lot. Like, if I hope they stay healthy, because I'm telling you, and this is no disrespect, and I have a whole thing about Westbrook. There's a little bit of ill will, but I feel bad for him now. But when when Russell Westbrook was with OKC, and obviously I am a Houston Rockets fan, born and raised Houston,
Mhm.
it was James Harden versus Russell Westbrook and like MVP conversations.
Yeah.
Westbrook was really good with points, rebounds, and getting the triple doubles, obviously. But when you looked at it deeper, it was like wasn't an efficient player. Because nowadays, if you look at player efficiency, the best players are at the top. Luka, Giannis, those guys are always at the top. Westbrook was getting these triple doubles, winning MVP, but his player efficiency was like 60 something. And you're like, what? So it looked funny. And the
It was
team
just
didn't
pure
win.
volume.
The team didn't win a whole lot. I think they snuck it. I think they were like a fifth seed. Because I remember we played them in the playoffs, and then I think it
Yeah.
was like 4-1. We beat them 4-1. But Westbrook was always that guy I always just felt was overrated. And then I watched him for his whole season, because it's easy to say someone's overrated or someone's underrated when you only see clips of them and you don't watch them.
Yeah.
I watched the whole season of Russell Westbrook when he was with the Rockets. Boy can't play. He just struggles playing basketball. He goes off of athleticism alone, and he's a good playmaker. I'll say this. He's a good playmaker, and he's crazy athleticism. So he can get to the hoop. He has a off the glass jumper that used to work. But when you watch it for all 82, you're like, this guy can't shoot. He
Mhm.
turns the ball over.
A lot.
Defense, not really. And we talked about it. He had like an ego thing where if he was driving and there was like a good defender in front of him, he wanted to like
He
dunk
just,
on him.
oh, I'm going for it. It's like,
And
no,
it was
you don't have
always
to
the
do that.
worst decision. It was a charge or he lost the ball. And
Mhm.
it's like, man, this guy, this is the dude that people are telling me is like a Hall of Famer. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't see it personally
But
because
you
I
know
feel
he
like,
will be a Hall of Famer, right?
yeah,
You do
yeah,
know that.
yeah, yeah. But then when he gets to the Lakers, everyone started seeing what I feel like me and you saw years earlier. Where like this is where it was going, but
Yeah.
people listen to the media because the media loves Russell Westbrook.
Hmm.
Stephen A. Smith loves Russell Westbrook. Uh Skip Bayless loves Russell Westbrook. So if you're a casual fan and you just see, hey, they say this guy's the GOAT, I guess he's the GOAT. But then we're just like, there's something's off here. And then when he gets to the Lakers and the Lakers aren't winning, we were kind of like, I, I tried to tell you. But yeah, there's something about him, and his teams don't do very good. So I just hope that he can stick to a 15-minute per game role, and everything will be fine. But if
That'd be ideal because,
if Jamal Murray goes down, I think Denver loses some games because Westbrook's
yeah.
just that's who he is. He's a
Plus,
guy.
the West is just getting better, and Russell Westbrook's just getting more and more unathletic.
He's at first it was
His
like
IQ is
it's not good.
wild. It's
It's not
wild.
good, and that's weird. Someone I think he's a good playmaker.
Mhm.
Him that and having a bad IQ sucks, right? And it's interesting. It's just the West is very evenly like the power is evenly spread.
Yeah.
Like Phoenix is going to be good. Denver's going to be good. Like uh fucking Golden State is always tricky. Like there's a lot of tricky teams. New Orleans, especially if they get DeJounte Murray, tricky. Like there's a
Hmm.
whereas the East, you got like 4 or 5 really strong teams, and then it's kind of like
Yeah, it's everybody else after that.
the West, like Sacramento is going to be really good.
Hmm.
Like I think there's going to be more distribution in the West than I think the East is going to be more top heavy. But I think in the West, the team that's going to get in the sixth, seventh seed, I think they could win it.
It's
I
gonna be
do.
fun.
And then
But
the
I
East,
like years like this. It hasn't been like that for we went through a period where it was like we knew who was going to the finals. We do like now it doesn't feel like that anymore.
you have no idea who's going to the finals next year.
I
We
love
can
it.
we can we can guess.
I mean, Boston was the probably the most recent where like you from the beginning of the season it was yeah, it's
You
gonna
are
be them.
I got to give you credit. You stood on that and you stayed on that. As much as how Minnesota was fun, you were like you're like Boston's your team.
Mm-hmm.
I think the teams that are in the play in the West, the teams that are going to be in the play in the West, smoke the teams that are going to be in the play in the East.
Yeah, it's a huge difference.
Yeah. But I think the
Huge
best
difference.
teams in the East
Are better than the West
smoke
teams.
the best teams in the West.
Yeah, the East is tough this year.
Like
Just well, those teams, like the Knicks are.
Boston,
How does the Knicks even work?
Philly, and Milwaukee, if they
Philly's
come back
crazy.
healthy, good
Oh,
luck.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
that, they got some teams over there.
That's a top five, and you still got the Orlando.
Orlando and
That's a
Cleveland.
tricky team.
Cleveland's
Yeah.
tricky.
The
Ev,
Pacers.
we didn't even mention the Pacers. Pacers are the most the Pacers are the most forgettable conference finals team I think ever. Like they were in the
100%.
conference finals.
You weren't supposed to be here,
And
but
I can't remember like when we're doing our guessing games. I'm like I cannot remember that the Pacers are even a team. They're solid though. They're solid
they are.
though.
They are. They're gonna keep getting better. They're all young. Miles Turner's the only one that's really older, but he's not that old.
But he also doesn't need to be the guy anymore.
Correct.
Just let me knock down a couple threes and block some shots. I'm good. So if you had to not looking at Vegas, if
Mhm.
you had to give your favorite for the NBA finals this coming like you're the team that would be the betting odds favorite, who do you put your money on?
Ooh. Let me see. I'll start with the East. Who do I got coming out of the East?
I mean, you talked about your Knicks.
I don't know if I have them coming out of the East because
Mm-hmm.
you know what? I'm gonna stand on it. They're coming out of the East,
Okay.
and they're gonna go against OKC.
Okay.
OKC
So
versus Knicks,
right
and
now,
OKC wins.
I'm looking at Vegas right now. They got Boston at plus 300 to win the championship.
I can see that.
So they're the favorite by a decent margin. So number one is the Boston Celtics at plus 300.
Number two, the Sixers.
Oklahoma City is number two
Okay.
at
Well,
plus
I'm thinking East.
700.
I'm thinking East.
And then Denver, Philly, and the Knicks are tied for third at plus 900.
So I'm on to something.
You're on to something. But plus 900 is juicy for a Knicks
Mm-hmm.
championship. And how about this? After the year they had Minnesota plus 1,200.
Damn.
They give Dallas better odds, the Knicks, the Sixers, the Nuggets better odds. Your Rockets are sitting at plus 8,000.
I might need to drop a bag on that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Lakers
I'm
plus
going to the shield.
3,500.
That's crazy to even be
Yeah.
in that spot. I just
Memphis is way up. Memphis is plus 4,000. Memphis has a better chance of winning the finals, according to Vegas, than New Orleans, Golden State, Cleveland, Indiana, Sacramento, Miami. They think Memphis has a better shot than those teams. God, they're really riding on Ja Morant.
they love Ja.
They're doing tricks on it right now.
That's crazy.
Vegas is nuts. But yeah, man.
So one thing the Olympics has made me realize is I really wish I would watch LeBron play with Steph Curry.
I'm telling you, man.
Like I would hate that in hindsight, but just watching it was so much fun. They play so well together.
Yeah, that's
Just inside, kick out.
no, just LeBron with talent around him is so impressive.
He is, man.
But I mean,
Triple double in the Olympics is crazy.
right? Because the minutes are shorter, and
Yeah.
they play 20 something minutes a game. Getting a triple
Easy.
double that quick.
Slight work.
I
It's
think
Braun over there.
outside of Braun and Steph, like I said, I think the guy who really impressed me the most was Bam Adebayo.
Yeah.
I thought he showed up on a team that has Anthony Davis, a team that has Joel Embiid, and at times he looked like the best big man out there. And even it wasn't the whole time. Embiid had his moments. Anthony Davis surely had his moments. But just to have games where you look like the most talented big man in that group, that says a lot about because he's not old.
Yeah, no. He's what,
he's
26, 27, somewhere around there?
He's still got room to grow. And when he's knocking down threes, man, that is nuts. So I'm excited to see what Bam does going
Miami's
on.
gonna be weird this year.
And the thing is, Miami's always weird.
Yeah. and
They're
it somehow
always
works
like
out all the time.
you don't know how to judge them, and then they end up in the final somehow. Like, well, it's teams that have really good coaches are
Yeah, they
awkward.
figured it out.
I
Yeah, they
think that's what
figured it
made
out.
the Pacers really good. Rick Carlisle's one of the best coaches, and Miami does it year in and year out.
Mhm.
But no, the season's going to be absolutely crazy.
I'm excited,
I'm
man.
pumped
I'm
up.
super excited.
Um, but yeah, I mean, if there's nothing else pressing on your mind, then we can go ahead and call it a night. Because
We out.
you toasty, I know that.
I'm not toasty. I'm chilling.
Eyes barely open. He's like, but no, I mean, this is the Binge Player Podcast. We'll be back. We won't be back next week because I'm gonna be in. I'm not gonna say where I'm gonna be, but I'm gonna be.
Yeah, but say you out.
No, I have to take a business trip. Uh,
Somewhere.
I'm hopping on the jet Monday
Mm,
morning. Won't be back till
mm,
Thursday. You know what I'm saying?
mm.
In a
Catching
nice,
flights, not feelings.
in a, the first time I got in the airport, I think I posted that. Just like I couldn't wait because I was so not well traveled, and then I got a job where I had to travel a lot. So then when I'm in the airport and I'm starting to get comfortable with the airport, and I'm like, man, another day, another flight. You know what I'm saying? Don't I couldn't show you the Louis luggage. I have
Mm,
I carry a Jan Sport backpack, but
mm.
now yeah. So we'll
That's what you got to do, though. I understand.
probably won't see us next week, and then we back at it and got UFC this weekend. So your boys.
We super ready. We super ready.
But yeah, this is the Bench
We're gonna
Player
make some money this
Podcast.
weekend. Let's get
Oh,
to it.
I made some guap this weekend,
And
but
I'm gonna share off your guap. Let's go.
we out of here. Let's
All
go.
right.